Today. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Today, I just wanted to get into a question that I got from Days of Bliss last week on insurance. He is a fellow car carrier. He drives for a company, but I'm guessing would like to go out on his own and start his own company. So he was asking about insurance, which, yes, like everybody says, is expensive. But, I mean, that being said, I am no insurance expert, but I know the insurance that I have and have had and the company I have used for many years now. They are a fantastic company called NASTC. They're out of Nashville, Tennessee. NASTC. They have a great group of people over there. Michael, Dawn, and Sherry, they are all amazing. They get the job done. So go check them out. No, I am not being paid for this. And no, they did not sponsor any of my videos. So, that being said, just telling you who I use. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of other really good companies out there, but that's the company I use. As for the cost for insurance, it all depends, especially on your time in the business, what you have, equipment wise, the value of your equipment, and the value of what type of vehicles you're gonna haul. You can carry the minimums, which really cover you on pretty much most to all auction loads and most new car loads. But if you get into hauling some of the high-end truckloads of Mercedes and stuff like that, yeah, you can go over your insurance coverage, so you have to make sure you're covered for that. But that being said, my insurance for 2 trucks is $26,000 or $27,000 a year. I pay about $2,100, $2,200 a month for my insurance, plus the down payment in the beginning of the year to get it started. Which for me isn't bad. I can cover that fairly easily. I don't really have to think about my insurance and the payment and worry about it. I just more or less know that, look, I gotta put $2,200 away a month. So that's not bad. As for what they cover, the biggest thing you're gonna want, which is probably across the board, even for normal freight haulers and tanker haulers and stuff like that, is your uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. Because someone rear ends you and you're down for 2 months getting something repaired, well, that downtime claim is going to be way more than $50,000, which is the base minimum for most states. And the damage to your truck can very easily be over $50,000. All of you know I did have my hood wiped out last week, and that claim alone was almost $20,000 for the repair. So, like I said, you can top out your minimums for a normal car very quick. So, that being said, make sure you have your underinsured and uninsured coverage. And then you're going to have your normal base insurance, your liability, deduct on your liability, your collision, cargo, all the normal stuff. I don't know the name of the coverage, but one of the insurance coverages you need to have is if you're hauling new vehicles and somebody hits you, legally their insurance, from the way it was explained to me, only has to pay for the damage caused. But on a new vehicle, you do a few $1,000s worth of damage, they will total it out. They're not going to fix it. Their insurance is going to cover, let's say, $5,500 in damages, and then your insurance, like I said, I don't know the name of it, but your insurance's job is to cover the other $42,000 for that car being totaled out. If you call NASTC, they know who it is, and they know what it is, and they can get it for you. The next one is going to be just based on your cargo with your deductibles. I carry a fairly high deductible, in my opinion. That's $2,500. So really, for me, any kind of damage that happens, if it's under $5,000 and it's my own fault, we just pay it out of pocket. We don't claim it on your insurance or anything like that. It sucks, but really, what is that, a week's worth of running? Bust your butt next week and pay for it. And that's going to cover your normal cargo related issues. Someone backs into you, you back into somebody, you're driving down the road and get into a hailstorm or anything like that. It's going to cover you along those lines. We had a claim, actually my very first claim on insurance period in about 7 years. Happened last year. I had a pin on my back deck shear off, and a 1500 over the course of night came down and sat on the roof of a Ford Taurus and dented the roof up pretty good, blew out the back window. That one, after paint and everything, I would say is a severe damage, and that ran me like $5,200. So just gives you a rough idea of what you're going to be getting into. Call around, shop around. I've heard horror stories where a company trying to insure one truck through a specific company, which I can't name companies obviously, but a specific company, they'll turn around and hit them up for an astronomical number to insure them, and then another company calls them up a day later to register a truck, and they turn around and get insured cheaper than anybody else, hauling the same freight, doing the same lanes, same sort of equipment. I don't get it, but it's what we do. So call around, shop around, get quotes from 10 or 15 companies. Again, I like to tell everybody I use NASTC. They are great. Some of the issues I had when I first started with insurance was especially getting out the certs, your insurance certs, to all the different companies. That's a pain. NASTC, look, it's one phone call, and either Dawn or Sherry sends those certs out in 20 seconds. I get an email with the cert, and so does the company that's getting, whether it's faxed or emailed or however they want it. We both have a copy. I put it away in a file for if I ever need to pull it up, or the company ever calls and goes, I lost your form, which happens. The company I had before that, it was pulling teeth trying to get those insurance certificates sent out. It took hours And a lot of times it took a day or so, and I'd call every 15 minutes. Oh yeah, we're sending it. It was problem after problem after problem after problem with that company, and I lost a lot of loads because of it when I first started. Went to NASTC, I have never had that problem. If the company didn't get it, I make a phone call, and they're like, oh yeah, give me 1 second, I'll send it right back out again. It's sent. Usually I call the company back. By the time I call them, they have the insurance certificate. So, like I said, it's seconds for them to get this stuff done, which is fantastic. Another thing to watch when you're getting insurance is, does the insurance company try to increase your rate by $500 to $1,000 every year? Or do they wait until 4 or 5 days before your insurance expires to call you with the rate? Because then you don't have time to shop around. Because if your insurance expires, your I think it's your DOT or it's your authority is revoked until you get insurance again. So, and it's immediate from the way it's been explained to me. NASTC, multiple years in a row, my insurance has actually gone down. Last year, not this past year, but the year prior, I think my insurance went down by like $2,700. I mean, it was a pretty big jump. So that's something to really pay attention to. Is, are they constantly raising your insurance? Because unless you have claims, there's no reason for your insurance to go up. And with NASTC, it's gone down multiple times. Also, I send them over my information 45 days out for my insurance renewal. Usually within 4 to 6 days, they start emailing me which companies are sending which rates to reinsure me. So if they were trying to screw you, they give you a lot of time to try to shop around to find a different insurance agent. So just keep an eye on those things. I really hope I answered your question. If I did, please give it a thumbs up. If I didn't, please ask away what you want to know more about insurance, and I'll try to get into it. Like I said, I'm no expert in the matter, but I know what I've been using for years, and it's worked. So again, leave a comment. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button underneath. And please join the family. Let's as a group make this car carrier industry good for everybody that wants to be in it. Guys, we are all brothers and sisters here. So let's come together, stop fighting each other. We're all out here for one thing, and for the most part, that's supporting our family. So remember that, and please, again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day.